Hey folks, it's your main man E, and I wanted to make this video to talk about some tips to set yourself up and your dog for success when deciding to use an electric treadmill. The first thing to think about is, are you going to get a pet-specific treadmill like the one we have Kai sitting on here right now? Oh, good girl, Kai. Or are you going to get one that's been designed for humans? A pet-specific treadmill is great because it has metal railings on either side that will encourage the dog to stay on the treadmill. It also has a built-in attachment point for the leash that will be either overhead or in the front. That will make it easy to attach your dog's flat collar or harness to the treadmill. This one, and many of them designed for dogs, actually have a remote control, so you can turn it off and on or adjust the speed from a short distance away. And some of them, like this one here, have an adjustable incline, which means that by changing the hydraulic piece underneath it, you can actually make the front of the treadmill go higher or lower, which will give your dog a chance to exercise in a different way by essentially practicing going uphill as you're walking with them on their treadmill. A human treadmill is beneficial for a variety of reasons. First of all, you can use it as well as your dog, and oftentimes the ones that are designed for humans will fold up, which means that they can take up a very small amount of space, even though they are in fact larger than a dog treadmill typically. Another feature of a human treadmill is that they're quite often available for little to no cost online or at a garage sale. So if you're not quite sure if you're ready to make the big investment, a human treadmill can be a great way to try out treadmill walking with your dog and see if it's the right fit. There's a couple important things to think about when you're first introducing your dog to the treadmill. First, you want to get them used to just being around the treadmill when it's turned off and stepping on it when it's turned off. What you're going to do is have them be near it, and you're going to give them praise or food or play with them and have them step on top of it and give them those rewards as well, to let them know that the treadmill is a great thing and it's going to, in the future, be of benefit to them. Now, rather than just throwing the dog on the treadmill and turning it on, what's preferable is to have them stand near it, next to it, or walk around it as it begins to operate so they can get used to the sounds and the vibrations that emanate from it. So you're going to have the dog walk around it, turn it on, turn it off, give them food, play with them, pet them, let them know it's no big deal. This device here just makes some strange noises and it vibrates. Once you've gotten them to understand that, then it's time to have them stand on top of it. So with it not moving, you're going to have them stand on top of it and just once again give them those positive reinforcers to let them know standing on it is great. And you're going to work with them going on and off of it with ease using a training collar and rewards so that they're going to successfully know how to get on, how to wait on it, and how to get off of it. Once you've done that, then it's time to turn the treadmill on. You're going to start at first with a very low speed and just do it for a short period of time. When it stops, encourage your dog to stay on there and just realize that this device starts and it stops and really it's no big deal. After you've achieved those initial steps, what you're going to do is get the dog going on it and figure out what the right pace is for them. They may want to go fast if they're a highly athletic dog, or they may just want to go at a nice trot if they're a bit older, or they tend to be pretty mellow. So you're going to want to find that right speed for them. At the same time, what you're going to want to do is use a training collar or a slip lead, halty, or training harness so that when the treadmill is moving, you can help guide the dog forward and backwards and help them understand how to speed up and how to slow down on the treadmill. It's really important during this initial phase. You're there to support them. If they get confused, if they get overwhelmed, if they just are tired, you're able to realize that and stop the treadmill immediately and say, hey, no big deal, let's just take a break. The next thing I'm going to talk about is super important, and that's safety related. We never, under any circumstances, will leave a dog unattended on a treadmill when they are leashed up to it. This can be very dangerous to your animal, and we suggest that you never do that under any circumstances. Now, in the case of a dog like Kai here, who loves her treadmill and is more than capable of doing it without being leashed on, it is okay to be a short distance away and have them on it with a timer set so that they will be able to experience it and you will be able to do other tasks at the same time. That being said, we still want to be in relative proximity to the dog just in case anything happens or the treadmill doesn't turn off and the dog gets overwhelmed or overexercised. The final thing I'm going to talk about here is how to help the dog understand that when the walk is over, they don't need to jump off the treadmill. They just wait there. And so you can see here, Kai had a nice walk earlier, and what we're typically going to do is after the walk, we're going to relax with them on here. Sometimes we'll even give them water on the treadmill, or we'll give them a bowl of food on the treadmill when they're done. And this helps them understand that the treadmill walk is over, and they don't need to rush off of the treadmill. They can just wait and enjoy being on here, and we're going to reward them and give them what they need. Lastly, the final point we need to make is the dog always needs to have ample opportunity to go to the bathroom and drink water before the treadmill work starts. So make sure you give them time to go outside and relieve themselves before you start that treadmill. The last thing you want is for them to have an accident on the treadmill. It could be very stressful for them, and it could be a big mess to clean up for yourself as well. Hopefully you found this video helpful and informative. And if you do decide to go down that path of using an electric treadmill with your dog, it's our goal that this video is going to set you up for success. As always, I must remind you, your dog is so very lucky to have you as their human. To have somebody who's looking out for them and trying to find alternate ways to exercise and fulfill them is awesome. And remember, as always, we don't blame them. We train them.